travelling Matt here, reporting on the end of another day here in Kyrgyzstan. And it's not been a day where an awful amount has happened. Yesterday we had that huge drive along the southern shore of Lake Uzikal to Karakol. And today we started the journey back, but we haven't driven that far at all, about 140 kilometres. So we woke up in a surreal but rather pleasant hotel in Karakol, had a fantastic breakfast, the best we've had so far, and then had a chat with the lady who runs it. Actually, she's got 7 kids, and all the surreal kind of designers, her husbands, and then she showed us this amazing sauna that they've built downstairs. I wish we'd had time to check that one out properly, but anyway, yeah. We went into Karakol. Our driver said there was nothing there, and I said, well, isn't there an old church? And there is. There's a wooden Orthodox cathedral, 19th century. So we went to that, dedicated to the Holy Trinity. I thought it was a particularly amazing building. And then he took us to a mosque, and it's a Dungan or Dugan mosque. And I said, oh, it's a Chinese mosque. He said, no, it's not, it's Dungan, who are like Chinese Arabs. We couldn't really go inside it. We did and got told off. But I think it was our guide who got told off more than anybody else. But it looks like a Buddhist pagoda, but it's a mosque. It's very colourful. So I'm really glad I've seen that. And then we continued with the drive. I drove to a place called Tup, which is kind of at the north eastern corner of the lake, and stopped there because there was a great monument to the Afghan war veterans, well, the ones who died in it, and there was a tank that had been part of the war there along with them. So we took some photos of that, and also it was next to one of the local mosques, so they're a really interesting design. They've got domes on them that are decorated almost in the manner of St. Basil's in Moscow. They're almost cartoonish, but they're quite fun. I like them, and these little stubby minarets. I think they're really quite pleasant little mosques they have for you. Of course, not very interesting inside. Mosques don't tend to be. They tend to be empty rooms, but but from the outside they look good. Should mention when we're talking about monuments and that, the Soviets had this habit of building these fantastic signs, often out of concrete. Huge things to welcome you to a province or a town or something. And we stopped by the one for Izikul and had some photos by it. It was pretty amazing, that was. I love checking out these signs whenever I go to the former Soviet Union. They're great fun. And then we continued on. The road was very poor. They were I think they're doubling it up into a dual carriageway, and it was being built as we went along. But it was scenically pleasant, and there was stuff to see. I mean, they have these fantastic Islamic cemeteries here where, they're almost mini shrines for the graves, and some are quite spectacular, and some are crumbling away because they use like the mud brick stuff. Well, they're quite interesting to check out. And we got to this holiday resort. I forgot the name. Because it was Bosteri, I think it is, was staying. This is where our accommodation is, and it turns out this is where our driver was from. So we picked up his brother, who is like another jolly copy of himself, kind of. So they were sat there smoking fags and chatting away, and taking us to different accommodation options. And these half-built kind of holiday resort. It reminds me of Corfu in the like 90s, where half the roads were all finished and the hotels and stuff. But it's the problem is all the ones they were showing us had double beds. Well, we ain't doing a double bed. We're not into each other that much. So in the end, we got this one, what we're in now, which is a bit barracksy, but it's the kind of thing you would get in a mad holiday resort. And it'll do the job. I mean, this is basically their equivalent of the Med. These are beaches on a lake so big it basically could be a sea. And, and there's all the usual tats around holiday resorts. People are enjoying themselves and having a good time. We then went several miles along the road, past a fantastic hippodrome, So we saw the very semi-ruined one on the south bank, but this one looks like the national one. It's got a big Kyrgyz emblem on it, and this is where they, have their horse races. Um, to a spa. So, because we said, we wanted to go to the sauna, because the guest house, we were talking to the lady this morning, and she said she had 7 children, would you believe? Um, but all the weird design was her husband's work. But he'd also built this sauna, and it's a really banging, genuine sauna with salt in it, which is very healthy as well. And I thought, yeah, we'll mind a sauna. So he took us to this spa place, which was, it was all right. It was not, it was genuine mineral water, which was good. The sauna itself wasn't working, unfortunately, but there were pools of different temperatures, and the very hot one, I struggled to stay in for more than a minute or so, because it wasn't so much sitting in it that was okay, but the moment you moved, you scorched your legs and felt like your skin was being ripped off them. But yeah, that was good because I do like a hot pool, I ain't gonna lie. Um, and what we both tried for the first time was these fish foot spas, except this was a bath, so you could get in right to your neck and have fish eating you, and it was really weird. And at first, it kind of freaked me out, but then because it's like vibrations on you where they're eating away. But then if you go like that, they all swim off, but then come back. And the nearest thing I can ever describe it to being is when I was in Japan years ago, I went to a bath in Osaka where there was a very mild electric current passing through. And so the idea was it stimulates all your muscles because you're tensing all the time. Although there was a big warning notice saying, don't go this if you're pregnant or high blood pressure. That didn't have high blood pressure in those days, so it was okay. And I couldn't decide if I liked that either. I think the fish are the same, except the difference is at least you could get them to go off by going like that. But anyway, yeah, I had 15 minutes in the fish thing, and it was an experience, shall we say, and probably a lot cheaper here than it would be in Britain. I also had my lunch there. It was quite good food as well. Um, then went back to the resort. Now, I was neither with friends, I was quite tired, so I just went back to the hotel and relaxed. But Tom went to the beach with the two, the driver and his brother, and he went, well, they were calling it parachuting, I guess it's paragliding. I did it years ago in Corfu. And then he also apparently had to go on a speedboat, and he really enjoyed both. So there we are. We went. He came back, and we relaxed a while, and then we went out for a little light evening meal. And there was a girl there. She was really chirpy and friendly, and so Tom asked to take a picture with her and asked her Instagram. And he put this post about this like Kyrgyz girl's really cool and everything. And she was like, "I'm not Kyrgyz. I'm a Dungan." So she's one of these Arab Chinese people that built that mosque. So there we are. Well, looks the same to me, but there was that. And then we decided to end the day by playing a game of billiards. But the table was so shockingly awful, and the cues, and we were so monumentally bad at it that we gave up after about half an hour of trying to partner. I think we played about 3 balls. But yeah, you know what? It was a relaxing end to the night. So that's me, Uncle Travelling Matt. Tomorrow, we head onwards back to Bishkek, and I'm hoping to see Burak Tower, which is the main archaeological site. Excuse me, the cough's almost gone, but it is still there a bit. Main archaeological site of the country, but then, from pottering around Bishkek, we've done all our exploring for this trip, and it's wind down. So, it's me, Uncle Travelling Matt.